Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So, today's new daily is just to cast 40 creature spells. Nice and easy. And while the deck we're going to use today is not an overly creature focused, I don't really care. I mean, to be completely honest, I don't really care. Previously, I talked about wanting to put together a Vivi deck because I liked the card. It very much interests me, and here's the result. I've seen kind of versions of this in multiple different places. Obviously, the idea is that it's a spells deck. You're trying to play as many spells as you can while Vivi's on the field to do some chip damage and to build up Vivi's power so that you can then get more mana to continue to play spells. That's it. That's the idea. Just to give a brief overview, we have Opt, just a good one mana value spell, scrying and drawing a card. Stormchaser's talent to actually put a creature on the field, and sometimes we can pull an instant or sorcery from our grave to play. Sometimes Boltwave is very much a good card, just deal some good chip damage to the opponent. Monastery Swiftspear getting stronger for every spell we play during that turn. Monstrous Rage because it's a no-brainer. Cori-Steel Cutter, again, a no-brainer because it's creating tokens. They get stronger for spells you play. You get the idea. Lightning Strike, both for removal but more often than not, this is going to be just damage to the opponent's face. Same thing with Slick Sequence, though this one is good to play second so that you get a card draw. Just something to try to remember. Play this second. Stock up to get more cards in hand. Screaming Nemesis, another just decent card to have on the field. You know, because it's haste, it deals 3 damage, and it can deal damage to your opponent if it itself is damaged. So, it is what it is. And then the piece de resistance, the centerpiece of this deck, Vivi Ornitier. I have no idea, I'm sorry. Just Vivi. You know, for 0 cost, add X mana in any combination of blue and or red, where X is Vivi's power. You can only activate it once each turn, which is good. If you could do that more than once, this would be broken, obviously. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Vivi, and deal 1 damage to each opponent. That's each opponent. So yeah, if you're playing in those formats, like in Paper, where you have 3 other opponents, that's 1 damage to each of them, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I had thought about adding in about maybe 2 copies of 1,000 Year Storm, which would kind of be kind of wicked. But just to kind of show off this card, they did a reprint of it in Foundations. I think it originally came out in whatever set this was. It's funny, they downgraded it from a mythic to a rare, which is interesting. But its whole thing is whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant or sorcery spell you've cast before it this turn. That's really kind of wicked. I just don't know like what I should drop to add it in. Probably, ultimately, would have been a copy of Cori-Steel Cutter, would have dropped 1 copy of that, and probably a copy of Stormchaser's talent. The only bad thing is that it's a 6 cost, which is, you know, twice as much as our most expensive spells. So something, I'm not going to add it in now, but it's definitely something I would like to see added to this deck. So just something to think about, because the consequences of that would be kind of crazy. But anyway, just something to think about. And I'll probably experiment a little bit after this match, after this episode. Now, I will say, you know, I have used the deck a little bit. I had some pretty good luck. I was having some pretty good luck with it, so I'm not expecting that to continue today. But we shall see. I like this opener. Yeah, I don't dislike this. We can start off with Swiftspear. Going second's not always the greatest in this regard, but playing a starting town? Okay, sure. Another starting town? Oh, okay. Heartfire. gonna Wild Ride. Gotcha. Not the biggest fan of any of that. If they have enough in hand, there's not much I can do here. Thankfully, that will come in tapped. If I pull a Lightning Strike, that would be great. Nope, unfortunate. I don't think they can get Heartfire up to 13 damage. I mean, no, I don't know. They could. That gives them a +3, which would make it a 6. They're just going to straight equip it. Okay, they could do Wild Ride here. How does it work? Oh, no, that's a Harmonize, so no, they can't. Okay. And that'll do it unless they have something. Okay, they didn't say anything. I will take it. I'm actually deeply surprised. You know, we went second on that, but the problem is they didn't play anything on their first turn. That is probably ultimately what got us the win there. So I will take that. Definitely take that. Yeah, not too bad, though. Not too bad at all. Next, let's go on to the second match. See if we can continue with that. I'm actually going to mulligan this. We don't, because there's no creatures in hand. We have one instance of damage. We do have 2 ways of drawing cards, but and our opponent's going for no, I'll keep this. No, I'll keep it. I'm not the happiest about keeping it, but I'll keep it. Probably start off with Opt just to, you know, get something from it. Don't want to have. I like the idea of saving Boltwave, but obviously we can't save it for long. We got to do some damage to the opponent. Stock up is good. It's just my I like being efficient with damage, and sometimes you just can't be. Like I said, I'm still gonna hold off on the Boltwave, especially because they're playing. It's not what I was expecting. I don't really need that. There we go. Very good. I'm going to go ahead, but I'm going to do the Cori-Steel Cutter instead. Because I'll be able to use that next turn with a Swiftspear and an Opt. Yeah, I figured as much. So we'll go with you. We will Opt. Stormchaser's talent. Yes. And the next turn we will Boltwave into Slick Sequence. Oh, you little... That's fine. Ultimately, that's fine. Overlord gets them their gets them their tokens. Are they going to incubate to create that token? No. No, they'll keep it as a potential blocker, I assume. We're actually going... Can I... Yeah, no, we'll do it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Let's see. Probably... Yeah, we'll take the Rage and the... Yeah, we'll take that and that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, and mainly because of the life gain they're going to get from that. Yeah, that is annoying. Oh, I should have played the... No, it's fine. Yeah, actually, because I can play that. They have to know they have to know I have something. It doesn't really matter since they're not blocking anything. Close. Close, but they take us here. Yep. Ultimately did what we could, but just wasn't enough. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't see that Zur deck very often, but it is always very difficult to deal with. I just don't see it very often. But yeah, I do think that is where we're going to wrap things up for today. I know not very long, just two matches. We are almost at 14 minutes though. Took a little bit longer to explain the deck than I would have liked to, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think we are going to wrap things up here. And ultimately, I think I decided not to add the 1000-Year Storm. It slows down the deck a little too much, I think. And becomes very situationally good. Whereas this deck relies more on speed than it does anything else. So, you know, you never know. I might give it a try in between and then let you guys know next time we see the deck, but I don't know. At the moment I'm a little on the fence about it. So, yeah. Like I said, we're going to wrap things up here. So, if you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.